How's everyone doing? Hope you guys like that cheeky countdown.
Hello, guys.
We have Marko on today. So, how's everyone doing? Get in the chat box.
Yeah.
Umrek says, nice topic. Yeah, we wanted to go into detail on dealing with losses and like missed trades because I think that's a topic that isn't spoken enough about. But yeah, before we get into it, just want to say hi to you guys. So get in the chat box.
Oh, we have people joining. Oh, awesome.
Hello.
Yeah, we're doing well. Hope you're doing well too.
Hey, Alex. Hey, Abdullahi. Hey, Kushan. Yeah, I'm doing all right. That's good.
Yep.
Is it better to focus on one pair? We're actually going to do quite a structured video today, so yeah, just wanted to let you guys come into the stream, and then we're gonna get into the main topic. Then we'll open up a bit of a Q&A, and after that, we will go into a trade recap, just go over trades that we were in or didn't get in, and then do a final round of Q&A. So yeah, just hold on to your questions until we get through the main topic. But
yeah,
can't wait to hear what you'll be talking about today. That's good.
It's gonna be good, guys. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, especially with what happened this week.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We got some moves. We got some nice
moves. Yeah.
Finally.
It's always a good sign when the market is moving a bit.
Yeah. Even our mentor said the markets are cleaning up, conditions are changing. So any of you wondering if you should watch the charts in the next week, definitely watch the charts because things are 100%. Going to happen. Hello.
Hey, Cosmilla. I like the cowboy hat. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll give it another minute and then we'll get into the main topic.
Sure.
So you guys enjoying these streams? Or is this your first stream you're on? Let us know in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what our second stream, right?
Yeah, second stream.
Yep.
If you saw the first stream, that was good, but you saw a few malfunctions, like my camera literally falling down. Hopefully it doesn't happen again.
We were still in the experimental phase.
Yeah.
So shall we start?
Yeah, let's get into it. So I think like the main reason why I wanted to talk about this topic in particular was because of something I experienced in this week. So it was like an AJ trade.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just tell you guys about it. So took the trade and it was running in profit, beautiful profit. And with the risk management rules we have, GT, Guerrilla Trading, we wait for, the high to be broken to move the stops. So we have very, very strict risk management rules. So yeah, I had like 1.36% profit locked in, and the trade was running at 7+%, and literally I had to hit 3 more percent and I would have passed my verification. Mm-hmm. And that would be an extra 200K to the 100K that I've been trading. So 300K in funding. So you can imagine the emotions going on in my head. And I think that's a problem when you have expectations of a trade. So if you guys saw what happened with AJ, or if you check my Instagram, like my stories, literally it reversed two huge candles and took me out
Shall
for
we open the
1.3.
charts quickly?
Yeah, we'll open the charts. So
Yep.
like 1.36%. So like you can imagine what I was feeling in the moment. So I'm actually going to get the charts on right now. Um, but actually, Marco, you missed out on that trade, right?
Yeah. For me, it did not fit my plan.
So
Yep.
how did you feel about that? Like,
Awful.
yeah,
Yeah.
missed trades. Yeah, it
Yeah.
does happen. So like, what was going through your head when um like you saw the mentor getting into it, or you saw it
Yeah.
running in profit? Like, what was going on in your head?
Oh, I was very disappointed, I would say. And I was very confused also because I thought it was not such a good trade, but then I was looking at it from the wrong angle. I didn't see the V reversal and the range, so I was looking at it as just a breakout from a range, which was not
Yeah,
correct. And then the engulfing pullback did not fit my plan actually, but I should have been a bit more lenient because it was
yeah,
such a high probability trade. So yeah, I was very disappointed, and then it went for like what 9% or something like that. And I was very happy for you because I knew you got in,
yeah,
and I was very excited then because I wanted to get in on a continuation because I saw it heavily trending, and
yeah,
I thought we were going to get into the continuation. Then it's going to be NFP, and then if NFP will push it, and then we'll get like a 20% trade. But then it reversed completely, so I was again disappointed. So,
yeah.
but it happens, it's a normal thing,
So like, how did you
unfortunately.
deal with the trade?
Oh, I just
Like
went out.
after it finished?
I just went to the gym, and the whole day I was out of the house. I just did not want to be in at the computer, so I went to the gym. I went to eat and watched a movie just to get my mind off the charts because I was just really not in the headspace to look at them constantly because I knew if I was at my PC, I would be every 5 minutes looking at them, looking at the charts, looking at AJ, looking at NJ, how they're shooting up. So yeah, I just got the hell away from the computer.
I think that's key. It's like what
Yeah,
you just said. You went to the gym, took your mind off charts. I think you accepted that you couldn't do anything else. Like it is what it is. So
of
you
course,
shouldn't try and change something that that's already happened.
of
And
course,
that's like really key with like revenge trading.
of
I think
course,
we've all experienced it. Let us know actually in the chat box if you've like revenge trade before, because I think we both have, so it's a normal
of
thing.
course. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to show the
Hmm.
charts. I will go back to
For
Intuit.
sure, for sure. Yeah.
And yeah, this was the trade. So just go over it really quick. So yeah, we broke the low, then broke the high, retraced one kind of pullback, and we pushed and go. So yeah, it was a bit aggressive, and I think there was a previous trade, actually right over. Which one was it? Was it this one actually? That's was
Yeah.
it this one
Yeah.
that was aggressive?
No, no, no. Actually, this one was. So let me.
This one here?
Yeah, this one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So like so Joshua actually did not take this one.
Yeah, Josh stayed out of this one.
So this was deemed aggressive, which you can see because it is engulfing,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Hmm.
And that was the reason that was the reason why he didn't take it.
Yep.
And then if we go into here, we go into this trade. You can see it's quite similar, but um, some people took it, some people didn't, based off hyperlighting and everything. But I feel like
Yep.
that's where your own testing comes into play, right?
For
Um,
sure. And did you get
but yeah,
in when Josh got in or on the candle before? Because I
so
remember.
yeah, so initially I was interested in this, but to be
Hmm.
fair, I was actually on my phone, and the
Hmm.
wick
Hmm.
didn't look as big on the phone compared to the screen. So that's also
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
thing I'm still trying to adjust to. This
Yep.
is too much of a wick actually. Like this looks like it is a tiring out.
Yep.
So based off that, I wouldn't have placed my pending order. But yeah, after this candle, it was engulfing, so I can see why you weren't interested in it.
Yeah, and I was
Um,
not seeing the V and the range and then the push up. I was just
yeah,
seeing it as a breakout from that range. So
you see like this V.
yeah, because uh, I just did not take it into account that it was like the high probability pattern, the V reversal range, and then a continuation in the direction of the second leg, which is very very high probability.
Like this,
Instead, I saw it as just a range and a push up.
kind of like this pricing model. Got the
Yeah,
V,
yeah,
push up,
yeah, yeah,
range. Yep, I see
yeah,
what you mean.
yeah, yeah. And
So
maybe yeah, the engulfing pullback kept me out actually also.
yeah,
So yeah,
so I think that's really key. Missed trades. You miss a trade, and I had to deal with actually giving up so much profit. It's where you can't
yeah,
control what's already happened. You can only reflect on it, like doing your ASR and seeing what you would do different.
yeah.
So, what would you do differently in this case now after reflecting on the trade?
Oh, for this one, well, I would look at the bigger picture for the first thing, and yeah, I changed my plan back into just ignoring the engulfing retraces because I just get too mixed up. I sometimes stay out, I sometimes take them. So from now on, I'll just take the risk because the reward is worth it for me. So I will only look at a momentum shift in the pullback and not really an engulfing retrace. I'll take all of the engulfing ones. It's just if it's a clear momentum shift, then I'll stay out. So for me, I to just simplify it down, I'll just ignore the engulfing retrace because it just messes with my mind too much.
So, yeah, that's really good. You
Yeah.
reflected, and
Yeah.
now you know what you want to do next.
Yep.
And I think actually, I'm going to share the screen again. So, like, just reflecting on my part on like losing out on the amount of profit I did. Would I do anything differently? Well, I don't. I won't actually because um, I followed my risk management rules and I wait till the high is broken. I move my stops
Yep.
to this inside bar and 2 pips below it. And we didn't get. We had a counter trend. Was this counter trend? Yeah, it was
No.
counter trend. This one here. Yeah, this one here was counter trend, but I never got the opportunity to reduce my profit because it
Oh yeah,
didn't
I thought you
break
were talking
this high.
about the other candle. Yeah, sure, sure.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, reflecting, I wouldn't do anything differently. The question does come into my head about, it was my challenge. Should I have taken the profit?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, I still wouldn't have taken the profit at this point because how do you know what's going to happen in the future? If I had taken the profit at this point, we don't know what's going to happen in the next 18 days, which is how much time I have left on the challenge. Maybe it's a string of losses. But
Yep.
this trade could have hit the profit target. So you can't really, you know, um, predetermine what's going to happen. You can just follow whatever you've been backtesting.
Yep.
So obviously, if it did hit my target, I would take the profit. That's obviously, common sense.
Well,
But
that's the smart thing to do.
yeah, yeah,
It would be
you want
stupid
to
to
pass.
just let it run when there's no gain, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you followed your plan perfectly on this one. You did everything textbook.
100%.
Yep. You
So
didn't
like,
make any mistakes, so that's awesome.
100%. So I think that's key, reflecting on your trades after.
Yep.
And that's why
Well,
Joshua says, our mentor says, do your weekly ASR, would you do anything differently? Because it's like what would you say, Marco, that live trading and backtesting, are they similar or are they completely different?
I would say backtesting is a must. You need to do it, but also live trading is very very different. You need to do both things with the minimum lot or like a demo account. I would say 6 months backtesting, then 3 or 4 months live trading, maybe even 6 months live trading with a minimum lot demo account. They'll get you definitely to success. But live trading is much different. It's much slower. There are so many more emotions. And as you're learning on the fly, you keep changing your plan according to the mentor, of course, if you're still learning. So it's a much different ball game, definitely.
100%. Like, I feel like some people have the expectations. It's no, I'm not like, having a go at you guys, but some people have the expectations, and I am like guilty of this. I had the expectations that backtesting will, everything's good, and I'm gonna get the same results in my
Yeah.
live trading.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, me too. Phew.
yeah,
Biggest
like
mistake.
yeah. What's the percentage of like they say that psychology is a factor in trading? The psychology, your analysis, and like risk management.
So it's
What's the
70% psychology. And it's very interesting because in the last couple of months I thought it's bullshit. Like 70%, no, it's 70% strategy. It's 70% technicals, but it's really 70% psychology because I kept taking valid setups and not the high probability ones because of my psychology. It had nothing to do with the technicals. I just wanted to get in on the market, and it was completely my own fault and not that I learned the technicals wrong. So
yeah?
now my mindset has shifted that it's maybe even 90% psychology because you can learn all of the setups. Once you need to stay out of the valid ones and take only the high probability ones, that's the hardest part.
I agree, man. And
Yeah.
actually, this is the one industry where you can, do your technical analysis well, you perform really well, but you
Yep.
still don't get the rewards.
Yeah.
Like imagine that, like
Yeah.
you just like actually recently graduated from university, so I
Oh,
just
yeah,
want to say
yeah, yeah.
congrats.
Thank you.
Uh, but like we study for university, we can get the grades, and that's it. But in
Yeah,
trading, you can do the work, you can do everything right, but you might not get the results.
of
So that's
course.
where psychology comes into play, and you got to be really like,
Yeah.
on it.
Psychology is everything.
It is.
Everything. Yeah. And so how did you deal with the trade reversing? What was going through your head, and what did you do? Did you get out of your house, or
Oh, how did I deal with it after?
yeah, yeah, or during when you saw it was falling? Because I know that's the hardest part when you see it reversing, right?
So yeah, that's a good question, man.
Yeah.
Like during the trade on my funded account, I'm anyway a bit down. I'm like 2% down on my funded account.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't mind actually it reversing on my funded account. And
Mm-hmm.
here's why. Because I want to protect that account and I'm not going to deviate from my plan. So I
Yep.
had no problem actually. Like my,
Okay.
my main goal with the funded account is not actually okay, it is getting payouts, but it's actually to keep the
Yeah.
account.
Yeah.
The main emotions I did feel was with the challenge because
Yeah.
there's a limited amount of days,
Verification, right?
200K, sorry,
Is the verification part, right?
the verification. And
Yep.
there's like only 18 days left. And I'm thinking, literally, I just had to move like 20 pips more and I would have passed. I could have tripled my profits of what I make. And like, oh my God. But that's what I felt at the time. And then when it hit my
Yeah.
stop loss, I'm like, obviously that instinct was like, oh, should I have taken the profit? But
Yeah.
like, I literally just shut my computers off, chilled out, relaxed, and I was like, I wouldn't do anything differently. So,
Of course.
um,
You did everything perfect. You couldn't have
yeah,
done it better. It was, yeah, you followed your plan 100%. You're in the same trade as the mentor, as Josh, right? And you took the exact same take profit as him. So, like, you're on the road to becoming like a really, really awesome trader. Because most like normal traders would just close out the position. They would get,
yeah.
FOMO, and then they in the future it pays out to follow your plan. So you're definitely doing it right. Yeah,
Thanks, man. Making
yeah,
me
yeah,
blush.
for sure. No,
But no, but like, think about it. Like in the long term, like if I had taken the profit, I would have been
yeah,
happy that it reversed and I got the profit. But think
yeah,
about the long term
yeah.
ramifications
When you're
of that.
trading like 10
Imagine,
million and you're closing it out early, you're missing out on maybe 100K profit, right?
yeah, yeah. Like let's say next time I take out 7%, but it goes to bang 25%.
Yep, yep,
It's really hard to. fix bad habits. So it's key not to get into bad habits. So
Of course, especially when you're
yeah,
starting,
100%, man.
because as the sooner you get it, the sooner you'll become like a seven-figure trader or something like that, right?
Yeah, man. We'll get
So
there
definitely awesome.
next year
Next year, of course, yeah, maybe even this year. The full funding is possible for this year, definitely.
if we have 10-15% months every month
Yeah.
from now. Whew, let's do it. Make up for the couple of months it's been. Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
yeah. So I think yeah, that's it for the main topic. So we're gonna answer some of your questions now.
Sure.
So
Let's do
let me
let's do the
just
questions. Yeah.
let's do that. So I'm just gonna scroll up and see. All right. So Ozgi, sorry if I'm butchering your name. He's asking, is it better to focus on one pair?
Mm-hmm,
So what are your
mm-hmm,
thoughts,
mm-hmm.
Marco?
At the beginning, definitely do at least 1 or 2 months doing only one pair, and then just keep adding, keep adding, keep adding. Do AU, do AJ, do NJ. It's awesome. And then do the Euro pairs, that kind of shit. So you don't really have to focus on those in the beginning. But make sure you have the three main ones and focus on one pair at least for a month or two. And then as you get through it, as you get better at it, it'll be much easier, and you can focus on all of the other pairs, so you can get the 6 or 7 pairs that the mentor trades. So I would say in the beginning one, but then do keep adding, because you're just not going to make enough percentage with the one pair. At least with the GT strategy, right?
Yeah. So I actually want to touch on that you just said. So I agree with everything you just said. And I think this also applies to other strategies as well. Like I've recently joined Photon and they even stress to focus on one pair because it's a lot to handle one pair. Like in GT, there's characteristics, and also like in Photon, there's opportunities, and you want to be on it with one pair because every pair does act differently. So
Yeah.
um yeah, focus. I think focus on one pair at a time.
Yeah. And for some people, their strategy works on only one pair. Like maybe you're trading only gold on the 5 minute. So that works for you, or you're trading the NASDAQ. And it's just different strategy, different type of trading. So you need to find out what's best for your particular strategy. If you're doing lower time frames, then 1 or 2 pairs. If you're doing the 1 hour, I would say 5 to 6 pairs is the minimum.
100%, man.
Yeah.
So that's a awesome question. Let's get on to the next one. Uh, this is not a question, but I just wanted to bring it up.
It's a statement.
It's a statement.
Mm.
Abdullahi, so hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. He says
Yeah.
everyone trades GT different than the next person. Those who don't know GT, it means guerrilla trading. It's a community. Um, yeah, but I think that's true. I think it's impossible to say that one person trades exactly the same way as another person.
Yep.
Like everyone is different personality wise. Some people are more aggressive, some people are more
Of
conservative.
course. Of course.
What do you think, Marco?
Completely agree. Like we have our accountability group with 10 people, I think, maybe even more.
Yeah,
And all of us are taking similar trades, but none of us is taking the same trades each month. So it's different for each trader for each month. And so that is true. But as long as you take the main ones, you're going to be profitable. Like the best setups, you're going to be profitable.
100% agree. And you actually touched on the accountability group we have.
Yep.
Some people have certain traits nailed on, like certain type of setups. Some people don't. Some people are more aggressive and they end up taking way more trades. But maybe in that month they're more profitable compared to one of the other members who took less trades
Yep.
because they're more conservative. So it all differs. You need to compare yourself to the mentor, but at the same time, I think it's very harsh on yourself to try and be the same thing. I think that's um, too much to ask, like
Mm-hmm,
in my
mm-hmm.
opinion.
Of course, it's impossible to have the same
It's
trades.
impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, awesome statement, Abdullahi. Um,
Yeah.
uh, Alex, this is also a statement to Marco. I set out of this trade for the same reason as
Oh,
Marco.
AJ,
Fair enough.
AJ. Yeah. So yeah, fair enough. The engulfing retrace, according to the last like trade recap, yeah, that's what got me confused. As our mentor like put out the trade recap and then talked about engulfing retraces. So that got me a bit confused. But again, it's my mistake. I should have followed my plan, and I should have taken the trade because it fits my plan to take these engulfing ones. So yeah, it happens. It happens. It's just one trade out of
It's just one trade.
200 or maybe even more that you take in a year. So yeah,
Each trade is its own story. You know, you gotta
yeah, yeah,
after the story is done. You know,
yeah, and you
then
learn something. Now I know to stick fully to my plan and not to be confused. So yeah,
awesome, Alex. Subu Sisu. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. My question is directed to Ashan. How are you able to trade with my forex funds with their drawdown rules? Now, I actually want to make a video on this specifically on this question. But just in short, I don't risk the full 1%. I risk 0.6%, um, so that I don't run into any problems with, the profit coming
yeah,
back
yeah.
to like break even or something. Yeah, that's just a short answer. I will be actually going into this in detail on a video. But awesome question.
Yeah, it's definitely been asked a lot. I see it all the time.
Yeah, yeah, it's a big
Everyone
question. It's a
everyone
big
wants to
question.
know how to handle the drawdown. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think your way is the best. So lower your risk.
yeah, lower the risk, and it helps also like psychologically.
Oh, sure.
Also, like if you're in heavy drawdown or something, like
Yeah.
it's all good.
Maybe we can talk a bit about the buffers for FTMO. So some people recommend like you having first building a 10% buffer with so when you get your account, you risk zero point 0.5 in the beginning to get the 10% buffer, and then you increase your risk to 1%. That is what some people do. But Sean and me really talked about this, and for us, it works better to just risk zero point 0.5 or zero point 0.6 with my forex funds, and just keep making those profits. If you want a bigger account, if you want to risk more, just get another account.
Yeah,
So for us, that works better. So we don't have to build a buffer, and we can just take out the profits immediately. And if we want to have higher risk, then go for a challenge and take out another account, right?
yeah,
So for us, that works, and maybe some of you can also implement that. Maybe it will suit you better. So it depends on what you like, right?
and the key thing Marco just said was for us, that's how we want to do it.
Yep,
So again, it goes to like the type of personality you have.
of
So
course. Yeah.
um, yeah, just think about that. So yeah, awesome question. Um, Abdullahi, yes, live trading is more difficult.
Yep. Yep.
That's very true.
Yep.
Uh, Hasith, nice stream. Keep it up. That's my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, hello, at Ishambala. Did you announce the winner of Audacity
The
Challenge?
winner is
Yes, I
me.
did. The winner I did announce on my Instagram. So
Yeah.
yeah, you should see my story. But yeah, it has been announced. Wilson, can you talk about your daily routine? Like if you're checking the charts at the top of the hour, you have a lot of spare time. Do you back test or do naked charting? So
Mhm.
yeah, I'll just speak to myself. So yeah, the charts I do check at the top of the hour. In the mornings we do our forecasting, and then I try to make it a point to do some back testing, do some um, you know content creation, thinking ideas, go to the gym, um, spend time with my loved ones because that's kind of the benefit of trading. You kind of want to have that spare time to do other things, right?
Of
And
course.
yeah, I don't actually right now. I'm doing naked charting, but naked charting is very very useful if you want to find out like pair characteristics for yourself.
Yep.
But yeah, that's me. What about you, Marco?
So I do wake up at 8 a.m., check the charts, go to sleep. 9 a.m., check the charts, go to sleep. 10 a.m., if I can wake up, I wake up. If I can't, go to sleep. 11 a.m., final wake up call and do the forecast. Then lunch, naked charting, backtesting, hyper learning, all of that. Gym, and then I have free time until the evening. In the evening, I do the evening forecast on Instagram, maybe do a bit more on the Discord stuff or YouTube stuff. And then I go to sleep at around, I think, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, something like that. I'm a night owl, so that works for me. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's a bit unfortunate because I'm living in Aussie
Oh,
and
yeah.
spread hours is between 6 and 8 a.m.,
Yeah.
which is the worst because that's when I get up around 6:30 a.m. ish. Actually, I do check the charts at 4:55 sometimes, just before the last candle, like before spread hours. And I also do get up at 2:55. I started like checking the charts at 4:55
Mm-hmm.
because there's more activity in the market. But
Yep.
yeah, it's a bit unfortunate just because when I wake up, I'm spread hours is there. When is
Yeah.
spread hours for you in your time zone?
It's the best. It's at starts at 10 p.m. and lasts up to 12 p.m. I think, or up to midnight. So yeah,
Oh, midnight, 12
yeah.
a.m.
So 12 a.m. Right in the evening. It's the best, and then I can
That's so
just
good.
expand the stops at 10, put it back before sleep, go to sleep, and yeah.
That's
So
so good.
I'm lucky in that regard, and for you, yeah, it gets really bad. I can believe.
It's
Yeah.
a bit annoying. Less sleep for me.
Yeah. So at which session are you sleeping?
Which, like, when am I sleeping?
Yeah, which session is it when you're asleep? Is it the London or the New York or
Ah, actually not sure which exact session
Mhm.
it is, but
I
I
think it's the
do I
New
do
York. I think it's the New York because for
the New
me
York. Yeah, yeah,
currently
yeah.
New York will start soon and for you it's evening, right? So yeah.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I sleep some days I sleep at maybe like 10:55 ish that time,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
only have a few hours to wake up 2:55,
Yeah.
sleep again, wake up. So it's a bit draining. I've been a bit fortunate because there hasn't been a lot of activity in the market. Um,
Sure. Sure.
but yeah, now I have to start waking up even more frequently. There was a
Yeah.
time I had to wake up every top of the hour during the night, so that is a bit of a drawback with GT.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, good question, Wilson. Um, Gushon says, any tips on how to remain focused, guys, when people around is making percentages while I'm still in the process of backtesting and creating a checklist. Yeah, so I think what you're trying to say is like, how do you keep focus when other people are making percentage? I do get that. I think both Marco and I were in a learning curve, and we saw the
Mhm.
mentor
Mhm.
making percentage,
Mhm.
and you just kind of want to get on the charts and live trade, right? But I think it's key that you need to follow your own lane. Like, don't try and look at someone else
Yep.
and try and be on their level.
Yep.
Like, you're in a different stage. So,
Yep.
um, just be in your own lane, and you'll get there. You will get there.
Yep.
What's your advice, Marco?
Also, what worked for me is thinking about okay, I have come this far. I'm in GT. I have already invested 2 or 3 months into learning. I have come so far. I just need a bit more time, and then I'll be that funded trader. So you're already really, really close. And just think about how far you have come. It'll be much easier that way. So you just need a bit more, a bit few months, and then you'll be at the level you want. So definitely just think about how far you have come. That'll help you.
Nice. Very, very true. Awesome question, Gushon.
Yep. Yep. Good question.
Ranjiv says, I got an extension on my Forex funds. Awesome. Now I'm focusing on 4 pairs only because sometimes I close the trade early in fears.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, fear. It's one of those things. It's key psychology, right? So um, I like how you realize that and you feel as if trading less pairs will help with that. So I think that's really good. What do you think, Marco?
So yeah, congrats on the extension. So you have what 15 more days. I would say, um, yeah, just watch what Josh is doing, watch what your mentor is doing, and watch what the people in the community are doing. That way, you will be motivated to stay in the trades and not close early. But especially in the next coming weeks, I think you have a really good chance to pass it. So if there is any time to follow your plan, it's this time. So definitely just stick through it, man. You have to push through it. There is no other way.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you will set yourself back when you could have passed, and you will add 2 or 3 more months to your journey. So you need to stick through it, especially now. So that's the only advice I have. Yeah,
it's good advice, man. Like you just
yeah,
gotta, stay in your lane, right? Stay in your lane and
yeah, yeah,
just focus on your,
yeah.
easier said than done. Just follow on your trading plan,
Trading is
and
hard. Yeah,
it's hard, man. It's hard.
when it's hard, you know you're doing something right. So
Yeah, 100%. Awesome question, Rajiv. Was that a statement? But awesome.
yeah,
Abdullah here. Because with GT there are not many opportunities. How do you guys deal with FOMO? Ooh.
it's really tough.
What do you think? Yeah, I
Well,
think like
yeah,
FOMO missing out trades. Uh if I miss out on a trade, I do feel like shit. And I like as time goes by, I feel less shit when it happens.
yeah,
Um but yeah, that's where I think as we touched on before, like reflecting, doing your weekly ASR,
yeah,
you see why did you miss out on it?
yeah,
Um, and with like FOMO, like if you're looking at other strategies making percentage, that's where you need to stay in your own lane. Like when we were not doing that well last month, other communities are making percentage, and it makes
yeah,
you think: should you quit GT? Should you stop? But you got to understand that you need to stay in your own lane, follow your risk management, and the trades will come. Like a trade did come, AJ, and yeah, it didn't work out to maybe what I wanted it to happen, but
hmm,
the percentage will come, and I'm quite confident in that because of the back testing that both of us have done, like 3 years of data, like repetitively. Like it's not just one round. We've done I don't know how many rounds, so
yeah. It was a lot of work. Yeah,
a lot of work. Like
yeah,
it's just like it's like tiring because you're just pressing the chart, you're just bar replaying, you're doing the same repetitive stuff. So
yeah,
it's a psychological game. But
yeah.
what do you think, Marco? Like
It's the hardest thing for me, especially with the GT strategy when there are quiet periods and there can be less setups. So it brings out FOMO, especially, you know, yeah. So for me, I'm still battling with it, still have not mastered it, but in time I'll get it. So
yeah,
I just accept that I will be wrong sometimes and that FOMO will hit me. I just need that experience, and with time passing, I think I will learn to avoid FOMO. Yeah.
100%, man. So yeah, awesome question, Abdullahi.
Yep.
Next question, Mr. Hyman or He-Man. I remember you from last stream. Uh, do you backrest? Ooh,
Backrest.
backrest. No, I don't even mean backtest. Do you backtest one pair, then watch recaps containing all pairs, or backtest three
Mhm.
pairs? I'm just kidding with you. 3 pairs for a week and watch recaps. I asked because Joshua recaps contains all pairs.
Mhm.
So what do you do, Marco?
Just one pair at a time. It's much easier to focus on just one. Do 2021, do 2022, only one pair. Otherwise, you'll get mixed up. You'll just mix them up and you'll get the pair characteristics wrong. So it's very, very, very easy to go with just one pair and really master it. Then move to the other. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like when you're just starting out, just focus on that one pair. That also goes back to one of you guys' questions. Focus on the one pair, and then you like watch the recaps. See any golden nuggets that Joshua says,
Yep.
and you build from there. And like both of us are in a stage now where we can read back test the pairs, go to the recaps, and then watch all of the pairs that we are already like in a good place with. So
Yep.
there's no rush. Trading is one of those beautiful industries where you can make limitless amount of percentage money. So
Of
why do you
course.
want to rush that? So
It's very scalable.
very, very scalable.
And like
So
our mentor talks, so if you're going to college, you're there for at least 3 years. In most cases, you're there 5 years. So why do you think you can learn trading in a couple of months? It takes a few years. So
yeah,
it's the
like
same as
even
getting
with
a
like
degree.
like with medicine, like if you want
Yeah.
to do open heart surgery, do you think you can
Yeah,
learn
yeah,
in a
yeah.
few days and do it?
It's what
Holy
12
shit!
years. You're learning for 12 years. So
Yeah, there's a reason.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, awesome question, Mister. I'm gonna say hi, man, Mister Hi, man.
Hello,
Um,
man. Yeah.
Obi says hi, guys, watching from Nigeria. Hey, always
Hello.
love like meeting different types of people from all
Yeah,
around the
yeah,
world. So that's awesome.
yeah. That's awesome.
Rajiv Kumar says my risk reward ratio is one to three. I risk 1%. What do you guys think? What do you think? Can you give me advice? Like, what's the advice? Okay.
So
So
put in the chat if
you,
you're trading with GT or some other strategy, because with GT this
yeah,
doesn't work. But if you're trading some other strategy, then we can give you some advice. Yeah.
yeah. But also, a question I would ask you, Rajiv, is what is your win rate? You're
Yeah.
missing a key piece of information there. Like, if your win rate is 100% and you're risking 1% to gain three, you're in a good place. Obviously, there's no no strategy with 100%, but
Yeah.
you need to find your win rate, and then you need to
Oh,
see.
it's the Rock FX strategy.
Oh,
So it's
okay,
not
yeah,
GT.
yeah, I know him from YouTube. Like I've seen him around. He
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
trades price action, prop market structure. But yeah, you need to find your win rate,
Yep.
and then you could see, if you make 10 trades, you're risking 1%, but you have, that risk reward ratio 1:3. You're going to be in a good place.
Yep. Yep.
With sorry, a 50% win rate. You know, so you need
Of
to
course.
calculate that. So you need to always like in the case not with GT because GT is very different in the risk management and everything, but with most other strategies, you need to see what your um, risk reward ratio is on average,
Yep.
or what you set and forget. I think some people do set and forgets, and then you need to find your win rate, and then you can see if it. Then you can feel confident in the long run. Okay, I'm a profitable trader because I'm following my plan and I back tested this, and I know this is my risk reward ratio, this is my win rate, and I risk this much. So
Yep.
yeah, that's the advice I'd give you, Rajiv. Awesome
Definitely. Yeah.
question. Obi says, "Do you guys trade SMC?" Now this is quite interesting with GT. Would you say GT is SMC?
No, no.
No.
No, no, I would say no, I would say it's not, because SMC is more like looking at different zones and trading. I think even trading ranges. GT is solely trend trading. So
Yeah.
it's really, really simple. You see a trend, you buy or sell, depends on if it's going up or down. And SMC is more zone trading. I think hunting for stops, looking for different ranges and liquidity areas. So I would say it's different with GT, that you have to really wait for those trends, and with SMC you can maybe be more active since you're on the lower time frames and you don't really need the market moving a lot in one direction. So what's your take on this? I know
No, I
that
agree with
you're
that.
learning. I know that you're learning SMC, so maybe you have better experience.
Yeah. So like with like Photon, for instance, the
Yep.
approach to the market is smart money concepts, supply and demand, and you can see why you know it is SMC like. guerrilla trading, the approach to it is not like SMC because the way the language that's used in GT, momentum, wicks, impulse, it's very price action like. It's not very SMC language kind of like when you see liquidity sweeps, supply and demand, those kinds. That language is not there with SMC talk. So I wouldn't say we trade SMC, but you can kind of see where in like Gorilla, if you have a descending nature and you have an impulse up, that's where demand is coming into play in the form of descending nature impulse.
Yep.
So everything does connect in some way, but I wouldn't say we trade SMC in Gorilla trading. But yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. And the main difference is the time frame. I think SMC is much faster, right? So they're looking at much lower time frames. That's the main difference.
Yeah, SMC, majority of the way you trade in SMC just would be, multi-time frame analysis, all that kind of stuff. And Gorilla is just literally one time frame. So, awesome question. We're gonna answer just a few more, and then we'll get into the forecasting for the week ahead. We'll do that. So, Sibu, so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong.
Yeah.
Let me redirect my question. Let's say you are in a trade, it goes up, down in the direction with 9%, with locking only 1%, then comes back to take you out at 1%, isn't valid model. Okay. So this, just in brief, this all depends on how long you hold the trade for. So, if you're in the trade and you lock in 1%, but it goes to 9% and comes down on the same day, you're good. You're completely good because the amount you're allowed to lose is based off the balance or equity, whatever's higher, on the day you trade, right? And if it comes down on the same day, you're good. That's what kind of happened with my trade. Technically, it went down more than 5%, but because it happened all on the same day, it was all good. But if you hold the trade to the next day, and then it comes down, you have a problem because it calculates your whatever's higher, your equity or your balance for the next day. So yeah, it completely depends on the day you're taking the trade. If you're like a scalper or intraday trader, you shouldn't have these problems. But if you're like a swing trader which you're holding trades, then you need to be a bit careful. It's like everyone says that my Forex funds has very strict drawdown rules, but this is the same case in FTMO and all these other prop firms. So it is right. Like with FTMO, if you go to the next day.
No.
Is it not?
No. Only my Forex funds.
Also, if you go into the next day, it's completely fine.
If it's open profit, then they're not looking at it.
Okay, so if you're up like 10, 15%, and then it goes to the next day.
It's still open. You have not closed it, then they just ignore it. They don't look at it.
Oh, yeah. So
they only look at the balance, not equity, only the balance.
Just the balance. Right.
And if you guys are wondering why my Forex funds has that rule, it's to stop the huge payouts, because this way they force you to take your profits early, and like maybe some traders are even able to get those 50%, maybe even more, like huge profit trades where they just keep holding one trade, and it's to stop those huge payouts so that they lower their risk. So unfortunately, it is what it is. I was always wondering why do they have that rule, and then some trader talked about like they want to avoid those huge payouts. I think it was even our mentor Josh or something like that.
Oh, he said that.
I think actually it was maybe him, not really sure, but it definitely makes sense because some traders just keep holding one trade and they're happy with it going minus 10% into drawdown, let's say, from let's say a 15% profit, and they just hold it for a couple of days, maybe even weeks, and it goes into huge percentage. So then that would be a huge payout for my Forex funds, right?
Very true. Actually, there was an interview with I think it was, I don't know if he was on Raphael Kimmel's channel or if he was on Paulson's.
The guy that owns the my Forex funds, right?
Yeah, it was with him,
Yep.
and one of them I don't remember who interviewed him, but the question was asked like, why do you have this drawdown rule?
Yep.
And he said that he wanted traders to take their profits.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
There is always that approach, but there's also the approach of
Yeah.
they don't want you to hold your trades.
Well, he's not going
Um,
to say anything negative because it's his company. But in the end, most of these prop firms want you to lose money. I think their main income is from people failing the challenges. So everything is geared towards taking your money and making profit off of you. The whole forex industry, like no one benefits from you making money except maybe, okay, let's say that FTMO gets like a awesome trader who has a good percentage every month, but those are very rare. So they're making, I think, most of their income from the people failing, because you saw how much people, like only what 1.5% pass, right?
the thing is, like, I can see that perspective, like that. With these prop firms, they do make because the win rate is very not win rate, but the amount of traders that actually pass the challenge is very low.
Yeah,
You
it's
could easily
extremely
see, you could
low.
easily say that they make majority of the money um, because of the failed challenges. But
Yep.
I think yeah, they do make it tough, but at the same time, they do give the opportunity to traders to make money.
Oh, for sure, for
So
sure.
so
Yep.
like the traders like us,
Yep.
like very top traders. They're like in FTMO, there was like a trader that made 500K or something. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm sure like FTMO, well, like they love him. Like they proper
Yeah.
love him
Yep.
because they're making percentage. So I think it's two ways of both, but I
Of
think
course.
definitely there's a perspective where prop firms majority of the profits or the money they make are from these failed challenges
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like
And you need to keep
majority of
that in
every
mind to be careful, you know. It's a really
yeah
tough challenge. So you need to be really prepared. It's geared towards you losing. That's just the reality. I mean, making 10% in 1 month, it's really, really hard.
yeah. The reality is um you can't predict what the market will do. Like
Yep.
the market, and I think obviously prop firms with the knowledge they have know that. So
Yep.
yeah, it is what it is. But
Yep. And I
actually,
even heard,
let
so that video with Kimmel, the guy that owns my
yeah
forex funds, he even says that they are not taking some trades of some traders. So he
yeah
even admits it in the video that for some traders they do not take the trades, but they still do pay out. So they're always calculating the risk, because if you
yeah
have a rogue trader putting in huge amounts of lots and just losing, it's bad for your profits, right?
yeah.
So yeah.
But at the same time, I think we should be quite thankful to these prop firms
Oh yeah,
because
yeah, of course, sure, sure, sure,
like we
sure. Yeah.
can we can make some good money with these prop firms. So,
Oh sure, sure, sure. Yeah, of course.
but
I
yeah,
mean, the opportunities
uh,
are huge, definitely.
but yeah, I'm actually going to after this video, I'm going to actually do some research about this FCMO drawdown and stuff because yeah, a lot of people have been like going into detail about my forex funds drawdown rule, and I really did think that FTMO had something similar, but if it's what you're saying, then it is one of those things with my forex funds. But yeah, I'll do a bit of due diligence. But yeah, awesome question. We spoke a lot about that
Yep, yep,
question.
yep.
Um, we'll just quickly go over the last few questions because we need to get into the forecasting. Will GT ever stop working? I noticed 2018, 19, 20, there are a lot of opportunities. I wouldn't say it wouldn't stop working because like if you look at Joshua's what do you call his Instagram and stuff, and he posts like monthly results and everything. Like year on year, he is profitable. So, and he's the one that made the strategy. So I don't think it'll stop working. That's where backtesting comes into play. You need to see for yourself actually
Yep.
if it works or not.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm just gonna move through the questions quickly. Mark, I'm considering purchasing an accelerated account over the evaluation account of my Rogue funds. Your advice? Uh, I'll ask you why. I think that's a key question. Um, if you're asking me personally, I think you should accelerated account. It's okay to experience, the live markets with higher capital and all that kind of stuff. But if you're getting the accelerated account just to make money without doing the challenge, I can see why you do that because the challenge is unpredictable. But the money you can make with an accelerated account is lesser compared to evaluation because of the payout split. And also, the accelerated account, buying one of those accounts are really, really pricey. They're very, very pricey. So if it was up to me, maybe you could get a rapid account and get the experience. It's more about experience for me, and then do these evaluation ones because the profit splits are very, very good on these prop firms. Like it goes up to like 85%, 90%. So that's where you should be thinking about. It's just a challenge and verification you need to get over, which is the toughest part. Like it's tough.
Yep.
So that's why we really want to just keep the account once we get it. But yeah, awesome question, Mr. Hyman. Thanks for the shout out, Sean. Why do you guys advise to skip 2020 recaps and not back test it? Bro, you keep saying backrest. See back test. Yeah, Marco, what do you think?
Because Josh is not trading the same. He's trading a lot different than 2020. If you go for the 2020 recaps, you'll just get very confused and you'll take a lot more trades than you should. So don't do it. You'll just take unnecessary losses.
Yeah, I think like that's key. You need to adapt to the way the person who made the strategy adapts. And he was very, very aggressive in 2020. So, and also that year was very, very weird. So,
really
I'd
bad
say,
trades. Really bad trades that year.
He still made very good percentage, didn't he? He made
Yep.
very good percentage. So, but yeah, I think it's very key to have a fine balance between the amount you make and also your win rate. You don't want your win rate to be like, let's say 20% and making money. I don't know. For me, that personally doesn't sit well. I don't want to lose that much.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, awesome question. Okay, we'll go through the last few questions. Benham, nice to see you, man. What is the reason you do not trade other pairs, NJ, for example, like other GT members? Are you starting NJ?
So for me, I'm done. I'm adding next week. I'm adding NJ. It's
Nice.
just so I always wanted to add it. I just wanted to master the four main ones first, and now I have added GU and I have added NJ. So I'm now trading all of the pairs. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, and for me, I'm still taking my time. I'm actually adding GU next week.
Oh, awesome.
So that's nice. And then I'll actually, I was thinking of just focusing on four pairs, but I'm starting to think maybe I should like add NJ because it did win another trade. It's making good percentage, but also the frequency of trades. One reason I didn't want to add so many pairs is because I didn't want to add so much risk to my trading.
Oh.
But GU and NJ, the frequency of trades is like nothing. It's like not a lot. So I think having those two pairs like confluencing together, like to make up the activity for one pair. Yeah, I think it's I'll potentially get into it in the future. But awesome question.
NJ is very correlated with AJ. So you will take most of the same wins and same losses at the same time. So
NJ and AJ had both had trades continuations, right? Both continuations, both reverse like crazy. But yeah,
it's like
Mr.
kind
Highman,
of doubling down on one pair.
Yeah,
if you're trading AJ and NJ.
Yeah, but I just want to add like it's like we know certain pairs correlate, but we need to be very careful and just trade each pair separately. So
of course,
yeah. Of course. But Mr. Highman, backtest, my bad. Last question. Actually, just someone said my forex ones, but nice. Mohammed says, my question is in GT while starting and backtesting. If I backtest one pair on the bomb, should I go and backtest another pair bomb or go back to the first pair? Okay, yeah. So the way I did it, I think the way you did it as well, like we did the bomb on one pair, then did the bomb on the next pair, and then like that. But I think because the more we know now and like how important pair characteristics and everything is, I think maybe like my advice would be just focus on one pair. Like
Of
focus on the
course,
bomb,
of course.
focus on the bullet, focus on how the pair moves. Actually, I think maybe I would tell you to focus on how the pair moves first. Because I feel like the language of each pair is different, right? So focus on that so you can really understand price action and
Yeah.
then you can start with the bomb.
Yep, I agree. I agree. Focusing on one
But
pair is the key. So do bomb, do bullet on just the one pair and really put your time into it.
yeah, don't rush. Don't rush. Especially
Yeah.
even with the bomb, it's very simple and maybe not as frequent, but the bomb is like your foundation to learning price action. And then you take your time with the bullet. Take your
Yeah.
time. Don't rush it.
Yeah.
Bullet is there are too many trading opportunities, actually funny enough, with the bullet. But actually
Yeah,
a lot of them result in losses.
you'll get a lot of losses if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah,
Yeah. So
of
gotta be
course.
very careful. So
Of
yeah,
course.
that's awesome. Let's I'm actually going to just minimize this and we can get into the because were there any other trades we had to get go over?
So there was the EU bomb.
Oh yes, the EU bomb. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll go over AJ, AU
Mm-hmm.
and EJ, and then you can go over the other you finish
Free.
and NZD JPY, right?
Yep, yep, yep.
So you can actually go over that as well. So you can go over
Of course,
GU,
of course.
GU, NZD, and EU. So you can do that. So
Let's
um,
do it.
let's do it. So yeah, took that beautiful loss. Not loss. It was a winner technically, but yeah. And yeah. So basically, what happened was we reversed, broke the low, came back up. Was this an inside bar? Let me just check. And if you guys want to check the prices, you can actually check the top left, and it shows the high, the open, the low, the close. So that's really important in GT actually. Um, yeah, that was the same level. Then we broke this high, broke the low, and we pushed up with an impulse. Now, a bomb did form, but obviously it was the second last hour of the market. We don't want to be getting in the market that late.
Wait, were you trading
Now,
NFP?
I don't. So after
No, okay.
8 a.m.
Yeah.
8 a.m. London time, I stopped trading on
Oh, I
Friday.
thought you were trading on the Friday. Yeah.
No, I think after 8 a.m. I stopped trading just because I did realize, it's probably not the safest time to trade, right? So,
Yep, yep,
um, and that comes with like, experience and everything. So,
yep.
yeah, what are my thoughts on the market? So, um, impulse, we didn't actually see a shift in momentum. So, if we actually get that clean impulse and came to the bullet line, I would be interested, but I also have to be cautious since it is a Monday morning and we're very likely to maybe trickle to the high and do something like this or just range. In that case, I'll be very patient. And also, I'd be interested in maybe an impulse and get that flag. So, yeah, what are your thoughts, Marco?
It looks kind of range bound. It
It
looks kind of
does.
stuck in a sideways range. A lot of volatility, but I do like the last impulse, and it does signal that the market is maybe going to continue because of the news. So I would say wait for it to break out of this box. Exactly what you were saying.
There is a level here you need to be very cautious with, but
Yep.
Um, I think that's also depends on how you are as a trader. Like if you want to be more risky or be more patient. But since it is Monday morning, I don't really actually expect this kind of price action to happen straight away. In which I
No,
still
no,
wouldn't, even if price did this on Monday morning, I still wouldn't take it actually because price is very likely to just range.
of
So
course.
yeah. Yeah, that's the thoughts on AJ. Let's move on to EJ. So EJ, right? We are actually starting to impulse now, and you can actually see we came from this mini descending within a larger descending. Whoops, that's not the right tool. So actually, with EJ, it does like the impulse from ascendings, and we do have kind of an ascending, and we get that impulse, which I really do like. Um, we do have this bum line over here. Let me just get it out. Did we break this low? So it's 137,354, 350. So we did break it. So if we get a bullish candle, would I take the flag? No, just because it is Monday morning. So I'm going to be very cautious with price action on Monday. If price ranges and then impulses up, I wouldn't take that trade just because we have potential liquidity area like this. So I would wait for the second continuation. So maybe something like this. I'd be very interested in that. Also, this pair loves to do this cheeky price action impulse, that very aggressive continuation bullet, and we go. So I'd be interested in that. Also, the typical flag, I'll be interested in. So, what are your thoughts, Marko, on that?
So for EJ, I do like this last push. And yeah, I'm waiting for the break of the high or the low. Maybe it will go up. Maybe it will go up because the news looks like the news pushed it up. So maybe we'll get a nice continuation. So same as you, looking for it to push up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So yeah, that's EJ. Get on to the last pair for me, which is AU. Now. I do not like to see this. So we had this impulse down, quite range bound price action, and we had this disgustingly large wick, and we reverse in a V shape kind of price action. So what do I expect, especially on a Monday morning? I just expect a range, and I expect there to be potential liquidity areas above and below. So I'll just wait for the high or low to break, and I need to see commitment. So if I see an impulse down and then a flag, I'd be interested. Again, if I see this kind of continuation, I'd be interested. And that's kind of the main price action. Obviously, we can start descending, and I look for that reversal to the upside. So,
Yep.
what are your thoughts, Marko?
Oof, I don't like this. It doesn't look good to me. It just looks like it's gonna range for a long time. We have
Yeah,
we have an impulse, but it's only a one candle huge push. Of course,
yeah,
it's news. So what I would say, I would really want this pair to clean up a lot. The Japanese
yeah,
pairs are looking better.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
looking at the same thing as you, being more patient, especially beginning of the week. So yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So that's me, and so get on to Marco to cover the final three pairs.
sure.
So we just need to get you to share the screen.
Yep. So let me share
Yeah,
screen number 2.
awesome.
Okay, can you see EU?
We can see. I can see it. Can everyone see it?
Oh yeah, I can see it now on the
Yeah,
other
on the stream.
monitor. So
Awesome.
for EU, it's looking heavily range bound. I was actually in a trade right here, which was a flag or a bomb to go long, which was a loss, but it did fit my plan. It was nice. But the overall price action looks very range bound, stuck in this sideways box. So I would say wait for that huge push up or a huge push down. Otherwise, don't be trading it.
Can you
It
actually
just
go back to the flag you took and like do the
Oh
bar
yeah,
replay?
sure.
I think some people,
So
it's very hard to tell if that's a flag, just so they can.
yep. Sure, let me zoom in a bit then.
Yeah.
So okay, so we got this large push up out of a range right here. And also within the range, price was kind of ascending. So that was a good sign. On the Euro pairs, we do like to see a nice ascending and then a push up. So I was looking for a trade, and then we got one wick here, which was not that big. It was not a large wick. It was more of a like a big wick, which I kind of ignore. And then we got a quick flag. So this would have been the entry candle. Let me put in the risk to reward right here. This was the entry candle, and I did like this very much. Since there was not much of a wick, no momentum shift in the pullback, a quick flag. I have loads of these in my winning trade gallery, so I was really happy to take this. And this one unfortunately did end up being a loss, but it fit my plan, and it is what it is. It happens. So I am looking for a nice breakout out of this. As you can see, it's just a huge range.
Yeah, huge
It's
range.
just a huge range. So I'm looking for that large or even huge push down or up, and then a trade. Nothing in between. I want to see that real nice commitment. And what about you?
Yeah, not trading this pair, but
Hmm.
yeah, I can see the price action overall. Price action is very range bound. Um, so yeah, just got to be patient. That wick is also not nice, especially on. I know on EJ it's not nice to see, just because on EJ you can see it tends to be very rangy after seeing that kind of price action. And I'm pretty sure, to correct me if I'm wrong, EU, same thing can kind of happen. So not
Yeah.
the best sign,
Yep.
but yeah, good news. If you can take good news from it, is that like if you're in these larger ranges, you tend to get large expansions. So
Yeah.
just gonna be very patient.
Sure. EU likes to range for months, really months.
Yeah.
So maybe not the best pair to trade the GT strategy with, but the Aussie ones do work really good. So I
Oh
would
yeah,
say
they love
focus
trending.
on the Aussie ones
Yeah.
or the Japanese pairs.
Hmm.
So here is the pound US dollar.
Yeah.
And this one is also stuck in kind of a corrective descending.
Hmm.
Would you say it's stuck in a corrective descending also, or is this just a large range for you?
Uh, I can see why you're saying it's a descending, because like, we're very, as we're breaking these lows, it's just retracing. So it is a
Yeah.
form of descending. It's a very weird looking descending.
Yep.
But yeah,
Yep.
we're not moving with any commitment. That last candle, it's a news candle.
Yeah.
That
This one.
damn
This
news
one is a
candle,
news
it really
channel. Yeah.
really tanked all the pairs. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
uh, you know, yeah, one candle and then we have the wick. There's no momentum. Like these descending natures look all different. They're not all perfect. So you need to read price action for what it is, and to like as you're saying, it looks a bit descending, and I think I'd agree with you. But
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. Yep. So for this one, I'm only looking for a large impulse up or a large impulse down. So those are the only trades that work for me. It doesn't matter if we are stuck in a range or not. I'm only looking for this and then maybe a nice flag, but I would really like to see a break and retest. So the setups that work best on this pair are when we get a huge push, small pullback, nice push up, clean close, so no wick, and then a break and retest. Those work great. Other setups, kind of shit. So now you know
yeah,
what to
reversals are
focus
not
on. Yeah, the reversals are just
reversals are
not
not
good.
good.
And the
Only
the the
continuations.
bombs or the flags, they just don't work. For some reason, they
Yeah,
just don't work out. Yeah.
continuations are very clean though. They're very clean when
Yep.
they do work. When they do work.
And is there anything else you want to add, or shall we move on to
Nice,
the
spot on, man.
last pair? Okay. Now NJ, which you said you were adding, right?
Not NJ. I'm actually adding GU.
Oh, GU. Yeah, and after
Yeah,
GU, you'll start NJ, right?
potentially. I've
Oh,
had to
okay.
have a think
Okay.
about
Okay.
that, but
Yeah, you
yeah,
said you want to lower your risk exposure, so
yeah,
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 I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So for this one, I can replay the price action a bit.
yeah,
It was interesting. It was kind of looking the same as AJ. So we did have this nice push up. Unfortunately, no continuation. Then the price reversed, and a bomb did form at this point, right here, but it did not fit my plan because of the wick. I wanted to see
yep,
more of a range, and 4 candles is not near enough of a range.
yep,
So I did not enter this. Then it pushed down, broke the low, retraced, broke the low again. We did get momentum, but not enough for me. And this was showing me a descending channel, which we do
yep,
know is a bad sign. In trends, we don't want to see any descending or ascending channels on the Japanese pairs. Only maybe on the Euro pairs, it's a good sign. So was not in any trades, and I was not even trading it live. So I would have not entered anyway. But if I was trading live, I would have stayed out. Then we kind of just ranged around. got this nice push up, and then what happened? So yeah, that's about it for NJ. We got a push up and are now kind of stuck in a range. It's looking the same as AJ, stuck in a box. I do like
Yeah.
this push up. So what I would like to see is that really large impulse up, and then for a trend to start, I would then look to buy. As we know, this pair is also trending correctively. So what that means, it means that the pullbacks are kind of deep and it moves in this sort of a fashion, whereas the Euro pairs move like this with really small pullbacks. What's your take on this?
No, so actually, I just want to mention this looks a bit like a inverted head and shoulders. If anyone knows what that is, if you can see it impulse down, I can't draw on it, but you know what I mean.
This
Yeah,
or
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
oh, okay,
So it looks
okay,
a bit
yeah,
like inverted head and shoulders. So
yeah,
maybe we can
yeah, it
see.
does.
This is my YouTube learning days coming back into play, but maybe we can
Yeah,
see an impulse up and get some clean continuation to the upside on NJ. That'd be
yep,
sick.
yep, yep.
But yeah, it's got to be patient. It's a bit of it's kind of in a sideways range, but
It is, it is, it is kind of stuck in a range, but I do like this momentum up.
yeah,
This impulse. I do like it, and I do want to see it continue up. That would be really, really awesome.
yeah. I have a very, I have a good feeling this month is gonna come with a lot of trends. But
Me too. Me too. Me too.
yeah, but yeah, awesome, awesome stream. Just gonna pop off the last few
Yeah, let's do it.
questions. Disco says, "Where's Marco from?" And he
So yeah,
replied, "You're from
yeah,
Croatia."
Croatia,
And
Croatia.
then he said something in your language.
Oh yeah, pozdrav, pozdrav.
Oh, was it? Oh, is that good?
Yeah.
Is that your mate?
No, no, no. But he's just saying hello in our language. So yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah. He
okay.
just said hello, and that he's really glad that he sees some of his own doing these YouTube streams. So yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello
nice,
to
nice.
you too. Yeah. Hello back.
Then yep, Ferdy says, "Little brother, I'm new trading considering it's a challenge and been watching your videos lately. Keep up the transparency, brother. Awesome, man. Good luck with the challenge. Hope everything goes well.
Yeah.
Just
Good
follow the
luck with the
plan.
challenge. Yeah.
Love from Indonesia. Awesome.
Yep.
Love to see you guys from different places. I have subscribed to Marco's channel.
Oh,
Make
thank you.
sure to subscribe to his channel.
Yeah.
You know, he's
Thank you.
very
Thank you.
consistent with his forecasting trade recaps. So get on it. Um, which pair has better price action, NJ or GU? Marco can answer that just because he trades both.
GU is easier, much easier because you're looking only for a large impulse, but NJ has better percentage. So if you're looking for more percentage, go with NJ. If you're looking for simplicity, then do GU.
Awesome.
Yep.
Then, hey mate, hey man, are you looking to get max funded by microforex funds and FTMO as well? Yeah, you know that's the goal. I have a very ambitious goal to get max allocation with all these prop firms. Obviously, the safest ones are first. But I do feel you should take advantage of all these prop firms just because
Yep.
you know
Yep.
that kind of diversifies your risk, right? Like you
Yep.
know, obviously after what happened to funding talent, you know, you never know what can happen with these prop firms. I personally think my forex funds and FTMO are very, very reliable,
They're the
and the
best.
likelihood of
They're the
that
best.
happening,
Yeah.
yeah, is
They're the
very,
best.
very minimal.
Yep.
But yeah, I am looking to get max funded first with my forex funds and then FTMO.
Yeah.
But
Like the opportunity we have, it has never been done. Like none
yeah,
of the traders before us had these opportunities to get what 1 million in funding in a year. That's crazy.
yeah,
So it's a really really awesome opportunity.
you should really like take advantage of it. Like you can change
Yep,
your life. So,
definitely. Yeah.
and then last comment. By the way, welcome to Photon Community. Thanks, brother. Love the love. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. We'll see you guys on the next stream on Wednesday.
Yeah.
See
Thank
you
you guys
guys.
for joining and see you in the next one.
Thanks, guys. See you.